All right, some more fun little modeling techniques here. Let me just adjust the audio. Really hope you guys can hear this. Okay, so um, I'm a 3D Studio Max user, and I know some of you guys are not, but there's been some really awesome stuff that's come out lately, especially with Modo and some of the stuff that they've been doing, especially with Mesh Fusion. They have a really cool name for it too. Um, Now, within Max, we don't have anything that's quite as robust as Mesh Fusion. Kind of a little bit old school in a lot of ways. I really enjoy subdivisional modeling, so I tend to stick primarily with that stuff. But I did want to show you guys something that could probably be really helpful to you if you guys are actually going to go through and do some higher end modeling. You guys want to make some really cool art pieces or whatever, starting off, before we get dive into class. And again, we're going to do a subdivision, like, kind of high poly modeling and that kind of stuff um, later on, but I do want to show you guys this because I think this is actually a really useful technique. So right now, the first thing that you've noticed I've done is I've made this little chamfer cylinder here. Super fancy. Not really. um, and it's very dense. Okay, this is obviously going to be our runtime asset. We're going to stick this thing into Unreal, and it's going to be totally performant, and we're going to be really happy. I'm lying. That's not what we're doing. We're going to make a high poly, like kind of this. Just going to do a high poly object. I don't even know what the mesh is going to be or what it's actually going to look like, but it's really just about making two or three cool surfaces and showing you guys what they can come out with. And we'll do some more fun little things here. And I'm just really trying to make shapes that you would not want to typically subdivisionally model, especially stuff that can get extremely complex, and I mean, well, overly complex to be honest. Convert you into an edible poly. And again, we're going to use some of the techniques I showed you earlier where we're going to auto smooth. We got 4 smoothing groups going on here. Boom, boom, boom. I'll just pull this guy back. Here we go. Do this. Actually, I'll just already do the turbo smooth really quick so we can see this. Now, this is what's going to happen when you first apply your turbo smooth. Come down here into smoothing groups, click that, turn that on, crank that up a little bit. Now again, I know we have extra topology, okay? But this is going to be kind of important. So one of the things, this is super old school tech, not even old school, but this is an older technique. One of the guys who makes this really explainable is a guy by the name of Racer. I think it's like 445 or something like that. That's his tag handle online. Not sure who the artist actually is, but super good modeler. And this is something very similar that he talks about doing. And this is something that works really well, especially if you don't want to add reinforced edges onto stuff. And again, the reinforcement for edges and stuff sometimes is your only way to go, but this works out pretty nicely if you don't want to do that. So actually, I'm just going to leave this tessellated probably around there for right now. And yeah, we'll just use this guy. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come under these, under the sphere here inside the 3D Studio. Come down here and under Compound Objects. I'm going to go into Pro Boolean. Okay. And yes, I'm going to use a Boolean. It'll be okay. Trust me, it'll be okay. I'm going to hit Start Picking, and I'm just going to set this up to be union for right now. And you can see it totally messing up our topology, just as a Boolean would do. It's horrible. Okay? But, like many of Autodesk's products that aren't labeled correctly, or, well, there's a bunch of hidden menus under here. So you can collapse all these by hitting this little plus arrow here. Come under here at the very bottom. This is the most important tab in this thing, and it's at the very bottom. It's under Advanced Options. Tell it to remove only invisible edges. Hey, your topology comes back. Okay? Now, this obviously is not a subdivision object yet. Actually, I'll wait to add this guy first. Okay? And this is not smoothed, right? We can definitely see the creases and whatnot in here. Okay? And we can actually see a little bit of pinching in here. So, first thing that I want to do is, because I know if I add anything onto this, this isn't going to smooth correctly. So I want to find the operand, which is basically the shape that this came from. And this is, again, probably a nice reason why you should label your stuff. But um, who am I to talk? I'm not labeling my stuff. But it does help if you do label your stuff. And you can see here, I'm going to increase the cap segments here. Let's do it to the correct one. I think it's this guy. It's causing our problems. Well, it's not you. Is it you? I'll just do it to all of them. Will eventually be correct. I just did it the same one. To operand. Nope. Is it the first one that I made? Could you be it? Nope. You're down there. Is it the second one that I made? Or whatever. Nope, not you. Could it be you? Nope. Could it be you? Come on, I'm recording this. You're making me look terrible. It's you. Okay, so I've increased the subdivisions here. And now we'll find the other guy, which I think it was probably this one. We need to actually increase some of these guys as well. So we'll put these up. And again, obviously you can see this is definitely a high poly modeling thing that I'm doing here. Nope. I should probably just go in order. There's that. And there's that. Okay, and that'll help reduce some of the pinching. Won't solve all of it, but it'll help. And we can probably add a couple height segments in there too to help.